fuck, Allie? Nora, you're not listening to her.
I heard. She kills squirrels in her bathtub? Is that what she said? We're your hosts, Tara, Nora, and Allie, and you're listening to Bad Advice Only.
We're just three New York City rats talking about scurrying around the Big Apple. Here, we make the New York City mistakes so you don't have to.
We're begging you. Leave us a review and follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Bad Advice Only NYC. We release new episodes every Monday, so stay tuned, rats. Welcome back to 2025, New Year, rats. How we feeling?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
New rats.
Oh, New Year, same rats. So figured we could start off the new year, and I mentioned this in the last episode, where we could just talk about things that don't make sense and things that really irk me.
You getting irked?
Ooh.
Getting irked.
Oh my God. I went on a date the other day and the guy said, you know what melts my boots?
What the fuck does that mean?
It's like grind my gears or irks you. I prefer the word irk.
It melts my boots.
Melts them boots.
Speaking of melting, my mouth is so wet right now.
Mine too.
Okay.
Nora and I took those frothing pills because Nora, for Christmas, got us all frothing pills that Finance Jay used to lube her mouth up
Yeah,
for blowy.
so a throwback. We like to call these mints frothing mints that Finance Jay spoon-fed my sister, and she decided to get her sister the same mints.
What did yours say on the bottom as far as strength is concerned?
Oh, I was going to read the whole thing. So it's called Flint's 2 T's Mouth-Watering Mints. My flavor is Strawberry Magic F Strength 225.
What's our strength? Because Allie and I are salivating at the mouth.
225?
Yeah, what's yours?
200?
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
So
You're
mine's
gonna
is
be
worse.
You're going to be
You're gonna be a
frothing.
fucking Doberman.
Listener, when Allie put it in her mouth, she drooled onto her sweater.
Just, I didn't know what to expect, and it made my tongue go numb. And then, yeah, it just fell out of my mouth.
Listener, we recommend Flint's Mints.
Look, if you are given a dry blowjob, you need one of these.
Yeah.
Any other rat chatter before we get into today's episode?
Nope. Oh. Nora's got a hickey.
I
Got her ass.
In
You
fact,
ratted
do
her
have a hickey.
I don't know anybody that's gotten a hickey since, like, the 7th
I
grade.
have a very sensitive neck.
I do too. I get hickeys if you look at me.
Nobody was like sucking on my neck. It was literally like
Just
a
a kiss.
Like
Yeah,
a kiss
same.
would give me a hickey.
This morning, I looked at Nora and I said, "You have a hickey on your neck." And she grabs her neck directly over the hickey and she goes, "Where?" She knew exactly where.
Okay, well, that doesn't make sense, and a lot of other things don't make sense. I looked up trending topics for podcasts, like comedy podcasts, and they said things that don't make sense, which gave me an idea. A lot of shit doesn't make sense.
Correct.
Are these organic things that you came up with?
So
that don't
no,
make
so it's a
sense?
mix. It's 50-50. Well, it's like 75-25.
It's 75. You didn't make
75, I used AI, and then 25%
She's
were me.
honest. She's honest.
Yeah, I'm an honest woman.
I got one. It's like how Canal Street is not pronounced canal.
That's on my shit of genuine things that I wanted to talk about. You know that irks me. Before we get into that, though, I've broken it down into different categories. So
Yes.
shit that doesn't make sense in everyday life. There is a section about science and logic, but being the woman that I am, I cannot understand anything in here.
So it
we'll
doesn't
like
make
read
sense.
one of them out and see if we can understand.
No,
it.
we're not going to be able to, but yes, great. And then human behavior. So those are the 3 categories. So I'll start with, well, also language. There's some funny shit in there.
Language is so good.
Like canal.
Okay, everyday life. One of the funniest things is shot back at me, which is so true and I didn't even think about, which was drive through ATMs with Braille because blind people typically don't drive.
People have talked about this before.
I haven't
and
heard this.
Yeah, drive through
There
ATMs.
are blind people who could drive, right? Because most blind people are. Whoa.
No, keep digging.
Slow down, girls. The most blind people are not completely.
This is going to be good.
Most, I'm not sure how to
visually
say this.
impaired that know how to read Braille are so impaired that they're not legally driving.
I see.
I just assume.
Oh, shit. That's fucked up, man.
I gotta tell this story.
That was not a joke. Tara one time knocked a blind guy off a bicycle.
Yeah.
Is that the story? Is that the
I was
story?
riding a
Tandem bike
with a visually impaired man, and he was quite impaired, and he
was
threw
blind,
It was a
And he was steering.
No, I was steering. What the fuck,
I
Nora?
think I made that up in my mind this whole time.
Tara's just on the back of this tandem bike with a blind guy driving in the front.
Directing him which way to
Listener,
go.
before you come at us, she was volunteering. So
I was
she's a good
volunteering.
person.
Okay, start from the beginning.
We're
'Cause
not.
Nora's
We're not.
really fucked this one up.
I was telling someone this story, and I basically was on a tandem bike for a volunteer activity. I was steering. The blind person was behind me, and they try to match you up with people around the same size as you so that the bike matches. I don't know. I don't really understand the physics behind it, but you want to be paired with
You
someone.
found a little 90-pound blind man?
That's what
No,
I
I
was
got like a 250-pound
I
blind
thought he was
man.
large, yeah.
Yeah, they couldn't find someone my size in the blind category.
Pick me.
And so I get paired with this guy, and they're like, just hold the steering, the handlebars really tightly, because when he takes off, it'll kind of like wiggle back and forth. And I was like, got it. He fucking launches me, and I go flying over the handlebars 10 feet into our
Is
bike
he
ride.
like, what happened?
So I'm telling someone this story, and this asshole goes, oh, I bet you he didn't even see it coming.
Oh, no. That's so funny. He didn't.
But did he know what happened?
Yeah, I said, we're falling, and he plants his feet. I gave him the best auditory tour ever.
Like, we're falling now. I am flying over the handlebars
That's
currently.
exactly what happened. I have the craziest bruise from it. But yeah, I said, oh my gosh, we're falling. He plants his feet, which then made me just fly. I should have just like fallen to the side like one does when they
The
fall off their
confidence
bike.
this man has, like, I know that all
I
of your
know.
other senses become much more heightened as a
you're
result when you
impressed.
lose a sensory.
So you're impressed that he so quickly
I would
put his
not
feet
think
down?
to just like plant my feet on a ground on which I cannot see.
Well, he was an
not do
avid
well.
cyclist. He did it like
Oh.
3 times a week. In
So
this
it was probably
group.
your fault, whatever happened.
No, he was
100%. She can't ride a bike.
obese.
That's the other thing. Tara actually doesn't know how to ride a bike.
That's not true. I don't know how to swim.
Another thing in everyday life that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Why do we park on driveways and drive on parkways?
Wait, what?
What's a parkway? I ain't never heard of that.
Well, Nora can't drive.
Speaking of things we can't do, Tara can't swim. I can't drive. Allie can't.
Here.
That's true.
That is true.
She's so fucking.
She is
Deaf.
impaired there.
I've got some shit that doesn't make sense.
Oh, God.
Offensive wise. It's okay socially for me to say Allie can't hear well, she's deaf. It is not okay for me to say Tara can't see well, she's blind. That's offensive
Why?
to the blind people.
Because the deaf can't hear your offensive joke.
There's that singer.
Why is this episode turned into
sweating.
disability bashing?
Why do we press harder on the remote control when we know the batteries are getting weak?
It works though. Guys, shut the fuck up. I swear to Jesus. I've got one. Tell me if this is on your list. When you lose something in your house, so you hold your boobs.
I do that, but it didn't come up on the list, but that's a good one.
Yeah.
Right?
listener-
Tara, do you do that when you don't have boobs or?
Now I can't find them.
The next topic is science and logic.
Oh, we're done with
This
it.
is kind of
Regular.
like shower thoughts is really what this episode is.
Okay, you want like the hardest one for me to understand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why can't we start with an easy one?
Quantum entanglement.
No.
Okie dokie. Go on.
No.
Okay, it's two particles linked together and affecting each other instantaneously regardless of the distance between them. It's bizarre and defies classical physics.
Why, if they're connected?
Why do I care?
Is it about bugs or something? What's this about? I'm trying to visualize.
I was just imagining two, like, neurons holding hands.
I was thinking about butterflies. All right, next.
Are we good with science or we want another one?
Give an
easier one.
easier
The
one.
placebo effect.
Okay,
Okay.
I didn't know about that.
It's mind-boggling that our brains can create real physiological changes just by believing that we're receiving treatment.
I don't
Yeah.
think that's crazy at all.
Me neither. The mind is very powerful. You heard our manifestations last episode.
I love a placebo pill in my birth control section because it keeps me regular to make
Yeah.
sure that I'm chomping down and getting
Yeah.
no babies inside this pussy.
Oh, I just skipped them when I was on birth control.
Well, that's because you're a sociopath. That's actually one of the number one signs.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like that and killing squirrels in your backyard.
I gotta tell y'all, unrelated.
Fuck, Allie. Nora, you're not listening to her.
I heard. She kills squirrels in her bathtub. Is that what she said? You gonna drown in them?
No.
You get them with the hairdryer? What?
Oh. Okay. Human behavior.
No more science?
You want more science?
I want one more.
One
We
more.
understood the last one.
We did well with placebo.
Okay, what do you want? Like a really simple one or one that's like crazy?
One that we can understand. with
Light
these-
switches that do nothing.
Ugh.
There's always one switch in a room that has no purpose.
How's that
Well, aren't
science?
they hooked up to the outlet?
Yeah, that's what they're for, Al.
I didn't make this list.
Did you know this?
Bring it up with Gemini.
Yeah, they hook them up.
No, I know that because my light switches in my apartment, I mean, it took me a while to figure out what they did.
They should have
They
it
should
labeled.
put some kind of label, obviously.
so you know which outlet you're
We
working
shouldn't
with.
be guessing. We could do a whole shit that don't make sense New York apartment edition because I've got one for you right now. Landlords here just paint over your outlets and then they don't work. When they paint your walls, they don't take the fucking outlet off.
They
just
paint over the hinges,
They
too.
paint over the
Doors
hinges.
don't
You can't
shut,
undo
They
it.
painted our scale. They painted our fucking scale in our bathroom,
which is now banned.
which has been banned for body dysmorphia reasons.
Okay, why do we laugh when we're tickled even if we don't find it funny?
I just talked to a guy about this on a date. I think tickling is torture.
It is.
And I
It
don't
hurts.
believe in it. It's painful.
But do you laugh?
No, because I have a strong mind now.
What the fuck does that
Okay.
mean? What happens if someone tickles you now?
Nora and I must have been doing some Jedi training in our childhood because I am the same way and I knew this. I did not know this about Nora, but I freaking hate being tickled.
hate
It
being
hurts
tickled.
my body.
It hurts.
And yeah, I do
Guys.
not laugh at all. My brain shuts down.
How
and
often
I
are you
start
getting tickled?
Okay, you know what
I
it
start
is?
swinging.
What happened to you?
When I was in college, a boyfriend held me down and tickled me until I cried. And ever since then, I was like,
Jesus.
I will never be tickled again.
Your trauma is showing. Okay, this one's a little racy.
Racy, go.
Cancel culture.
I'm ready.
Why do
Even
we
though-
feel the need to silence or ban things that we disagree with instead of engaging in open dialogue?
I think we should do an episode on cancel culture.
Done.
Yes.
I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
Because I got a lot of thoughts.
Okay, so you hear that? Teaser for another week.
You know what's
rats.
great about not making any money? You can't cancel me.
Can't cancel.
I don't make any money.
Try it. Okay. Silent letters. Why do we have letters and words that are pronounced like knife and lamb?
That's a good question.
Oh, is this where your canal comes into play?
No, that's my own thoughts are Canal Street versus Canal Street.
Okay, so,
I vote we call it canal because it's way funnier.
okay. What other words have silent letters?
Lots of words.
Knife, lamb,
What's the one that xylophone?
xylophone's a good one.
That's not
that
a
doesn't make
si-
sense. It
that's
starts
not
with
a
a fucking
silent.
X. That doesn't make
It's
any
not a
sense.
silent letter. That's a
That's a
different
fucking
pronunciation.
letter. It's a letter in
That
disguise.
shit doesn't make sense.
Why are sometimes letters just pronounced like not the letter they are?
What else is there? There's a dinosaur.
Pterodactyl.
No,
the
that
P.
bitch. That bitch starts with a P.
Yeah.
A P.
Fucking
My friend calls
criminal.
me
How dare
Patera
they.
because she has me in her phone as pterodactyl.
Yeah, your name could be
funny.
P. Tara.
I'm Patera.
What about P.
P.
Diddy?
Diddy? Any updates on him?
He did
He's not dead.
to the world.
Listener.
He's canceled.
he's-
Speaking of cancel culture.
He now that might
But
be
that's
a
not
rightful
canceled.
cancel.
That's not
It's not
canceled.
canceled.
That's
to go
law
to
and order.
prison. Hallie's like he canceled.
Okay, my own thoughts. Houston Street.
You want it to be Houston?
Yeah, pick one, or we rename Houston Houston.
You want Houston, Texas to be Houston, Texas?
I just
Texas
pick
would
one. Like they
fucking
need to be
revolt.
aligned.
Texas would
Texas
fucking
is revolting
revolt.
for
They
every
can't-
reason they
can't
possibly
handle
can.
that.
Okay, so then the easier option would be for us to call it Houston Street.
I like
Fine.
Houston better,
I like
though.
Houston too. It does sound a bit pretentious.
Yeah, it's pretentious, especially because it's a disgusting street.
It really is.
What's wrong with
Hate
Houston?
Fucking dirty.
Let's talk. I got another episode idea. Worst street in Manhattan.
14.
Fucking 14th Street. It's the street from hell.
Okay, okay, so this is kind of like my boots are melting.
Yeah.
The phrase "bite the bullet."
Ooh, yeah. What does that means? You're gonna get killed? What does that mean?
It means you're
see.
gonna.
No, I know what it
Pretty
means.
girl.
I know what it means in conversation. I'm saying like
Where
the
did-
origin.
Where did it come from? They used to, like, doctors used to make people bite on bullets when they were doing surgeries or something
Yeah.
that were, like, really, really painful.
Is that true, Allie?
Yeah, I
Why
looked
would
that
you
up.
use
Did
a
it have
bullet?
ammunition in the bullet, or was it just a shell?
I didn't get that detailed.
I just feel like there's so many other things you could have them bite.
Okay, I also put on here people that think birth control allows them to be able to not use a condom.
Why? What?
Why are these all so political? They're so charged.
You know, these are mine own thoughts. Like,
What's your take on this?
People are like, I don't think that if you are on the pill, it means that you should not use a condom. Like, I think you should still use a condom. If it's with like multiple...
Is this directed at me?
She
No,
only
like
just
with
started
random
using
people.
condoms.
I think like if you're in a committed relationship, fine. But I think it's a stupid logic. Like, it doesn't make sense to just be like, oh, well, I'm on the pill now, so I don't need
For
to use
casual
condom.
sex?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I think for in a relationship, if y'all are being that
Sure.
careful, I don't like, as a woman, that all the onus and responsibility falls on me. So if I'm going to have to take a pill, you're going to have to wear a condom.
I'm fine with not wearing a
I don't
condom
like
in a long-term
condoms.
relationship, but if I'm casually dicking around,
You want a condom?
Condoms
I just
hurt.
would never use birth control as a result to not, like a reason not to use one.
My little lippy gets swollen sometimes from
Your
condoms.
lippy, you want to bring your lippy up on the pod?
You haven't introduced Lippy.
Oh. Listener, new character.
Trigger
Lippy.
warning.
New character.
Lippy is one of my... what are they
Labia.
called? My little labia.
It's the
that-
outer labia, I believe.
It pokes out very slightly.
Or is it your inner labia?
It's an
called
inner
the labia minora.
It's my menorah.
But there's a minora and there's a majora, right? So it's your inner lippy.
My
Inner
inner
lippy
lippy.
sometimes likes to come out to play.
It's like when like a cow's tongue that just kind of like
No, it's like a little doggy tongue. It's like
hangs out.
just a little, just a little.
when you
Unless
lose-
it swells from condom use,
Okay,
which
Nora.
just happened to me.
So Nora's Lippy is out to play.
It's not currently swollen, but I think the guy thought it was my clit. Anyway.
No. Something
It
else.
was like, you're so swollen. I was like, that's my fucking lip.
Did you say that? You're like, that's Lippy doesn't like when you talk about her like that.
No,
Lippy's so offended right now.
I probably just moaned.
Yeah, wow.
Well, I've got a 2025 resolution. Ladies, this is for you. Stop acting like things feel good that don't feel good. Train these fucking boys up.
I don't know. I don't want to add another fucking job to a woman's job list.
That's true. But
I'm
I'm
sick
just
of it.
sick of men not knowing what they're doing.
You know what they need to do? They need to pay for porn, watch female-focused
Yes.
porn, and then they'll learn something.
I know. It's so
Don't go to
sad.
fucking Pornhub or whatever else, even OnlyFans. Like, it's still dramatic and fake. Just go pay for women-created porn. There you go.
There's nothing worse than a man like ramping up and they're like fingering you and then they're like going faster. You know, like a hand job for men. Like
Yeah.
that's what they're doing to you, and it's like that's not.
Wait, are y'all jackhammering the shaft when you're...
No, I'm saying, you know, there's like a. It depends. It depends, but there's usually like a climactic point where
Yeah.
things speed up.
Yeah.
Not
Not
the same
for
for
women.
women.
No.
At all. There's no speed.
Keep the pace.
Another question I hate during sex is when a guy says, "Does that feel good?" But they're not really asking. They're like confidently saying it, and it doesn't.
Ugh.
And I'm like,
Guys, the dad made me thank him for fucking me the other night.
I mean, that's kind of hot. But go on.
You two are such subs. It's heinous.
I love that. What are you talking about?
I would punch a man in the throat.
I was like, what?
I hate it. I hate
Okay,
it.
the last two things are my own thoughts, so things that don't make sense. One is men that think no means yes.
I mean, yeah.
Every man.
Oh, so you mean rape?
Yeah.
I'm talking about rape.
And then our
Trigger warning.
exes. Our exes don't make sense to me.
Our exes
Yeah.
in general.
Because we're so much more beautiful than
Yeah.
all of them.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you could capture one of these beautiful rats, you better hold on for dear life, boys.
You're on the ride of your life.
I think the feedback that I receive from our outer friend group when they talk about our relationships is
Uh-oh.
when they ask and, ponder our past lovers, our past conquests.
Feedback can't be good.
They're always like, I didn't expect him to be able to keep up with her.
Yeah.
That's always the feedback I get. Like, what does that mean? Are
Well,
we
they didn't.
Are they?
How long
Are
did
we
they act?
race horses?
And they didn't. Well, one of my exes said multiple times he couldn't keep up with my friends.
What does that mean?
He meant like in drinking and travel and drug use.
Pussy.
Pussy.
Was it bitch boy, bitch?
It was a little boy named Bitch Boy Benjamin.
Okay. Well, that's really all I had on my agenda. And then I thought, like, what do we want? Like, if we could pick something that makes more sense in 2025, what would we like?
Oh, I'm on it. I'm ready.
Okay.
Here I am.
The silence. It's definitely.
Okay. I'm so passionate about this. I would like all airlines to change two key things. Number
I
1.
hope it's the deplaning process.
Fuck. Fuck, I hate deplaning a fucking aircraft.
Just open up the bottom of the airplane and let's all fall.
Everybody gets an eject button.
Okay.
Go on.
Okay. If I were to rule all airlines, number 1, the baggage. None of these fucking assholes are coming on with oversized luggage.
I know.
No. No one's putting their coats up into the overhead.
Nothing
no
makes me more mad than a fucking coat.
Tara, every time we fly, will be walking down the aisle and being like, coat,
Yeah.
coat.
I want luggage on fucking check. I don't want any other things going up there until they say we can put other things up there. I don't want these soft mesh duffel bags in there. No, those go under the seat, so hard shell suitcases go up. Number 2, people always say, why don't they board the last row first and then work their way up? No. People who are window seats all sit the fuck down. Then middle row.
You're right.
Then aisle row.
You're right.
I know I'm
You're
right.
right.
I've been sitting on
You're
so
right.
many flights thinking about this. Because why? Why would I get, let's say I sit in the middle, then I have to get up
Twice.
Once.
Well, once. Mm-hmm.
Why the fuck aren't we doing window, middle, aisle?
Window, middle,
I thought
aisle.
you were going to say you didn't want to fly with fat people anymore because of
That's
your
what I thought
experiences
she
you
was
had in
going to, because
2024.
she's kind of spicy about that.
I have other thoughts about that I'd be happy to share on this.
I should.
Tara's like the most PC, liberal
Until
ass,
it comes to
fucking
fat
body
people.
positive
Calling
person.
fucking blind people impaired and shit.
Until it comes to
Fat people.
overweight people on flights, and then she loses it. She
I
fucking
lose it. I
loses
fucking
all
lose it.
decency.
I have so many more thoughts on planes, but one is
go
a
on.
scheme that I think is a business opportunity, so I won't be sharing it to the
Gatekeeping.
masses.
What does that have to do
I don't
with?
know if you should get into the aviation industry, but okay.
You liked my other ideas, so maybe I should.
What, killing fat people?
I mean,
Allie. The girl's going on a murder rampage. So the new Luigi over here, but she's targeting chubbos.
So if you find yourself to be overweight and flying any airline that Tara's on, run.
Allie, what would you change in the world?
that doesn't make sense.
Well,
What don't make sense?
Are we sticking with the airline theme?
No, anything.
Anything you want, but you got an airline thought?
I mean, you all know I get very anxious waiting to board. I think
Oh
they
my
should do it in alphabetical order. So I'm always first.
Allie is so annoying waiting for fucking flights. She is
Oh, yeah.
so
I would make a rule,
annoying.
too, about lining up for
Yes.
flights.
Allie's that bitch who lines up. She's like boarding group
9.
in, and she fucking is standing in front of the desk in everybody's goddamn way for an
no
hour
one
and
knows
a
if
half.
she's in line. People have to work around her. I hate those people so much. All right, so what are you fixing that's not air?
I would like food to not have calories.
That's more of just like a magical wish.
Yeah.
All right, I want to bulldoze Manhattan. Start
I got
over.
one.
Start over.
Fucking Central Park. Let's get rid
No.
of that shit.
What I think should happen, these bike lanes are just a fucking...
Get rid of the bike lanes.
I just put them somewhere else. They
Wait,
like,
whoa.
make-
I ride a bike every day. I need my bike lane. What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm saying move them away from... They shouldn't share the fucking street with a
That's true.
car.
It is
like,
annoying.
Sidewalks are not part of the street, so pedestrians don't get hit by cars. Cyclists are just
We're on our
moments away from getting
We are on our own
killed.
out there.
Yes. You shouldn't
Okay,
be on a
I got
bike.
one. I got one. War. I think whoever wants to play in the war should play, and everyone else should be left the fuck alone, and they should put it in a remote area. And if you are a lawmaker or a president, you go to war. You go, and no guns
pew
allowed.
pew.
You guys just figure it out in the desert, and we
Okay.
leave us alone.
So, like, innocent, like,
Yeah, keep it
hospitals
away-
aren't getting bombed.
Keep it away from people. Like if the president wants to go to war, go fight Kim Jong or whatever. Go one on one.
I got
toe
one.
to toe. Televise it.
I want to stop having to be fake nice to people just because it's a cultural necessity.
Oh my god.
It's not. It's a patriarchal response, like, that we as women were forced to do.
Agreed.
We don't have to be nice.
Let me tell you, I'm gonna go off on this one.
Go.
The amount of men who I talk to through the dating apps and stuff who, like, will be like, you're so cold, or, like, you're being so mean. No, I'm fucking not. You're not saying shit. You're not fucking saying anything interesting, so I have nothing to say. I don't have to be, like, sending you emojis and exclamation points. Fuck off. Tell me where we're going out. and
Did
when.
you read Kale's text to the
Fucking
rats?
Kale.
And I don't mind saying his name out loud.
Me neither.
Okay, well, while we're on the topic of people saying crazy ass shit, so I had 2 instances that made me delete the apps. One was that guy that was like, I'm not going to chase you endlessly because I asked him how he could distinguish himself from other men. That's all I asked.
To give the listener some more context, because this really does matter, you were in a bit of like banter about he was submitting his application to be considered a mate for you. So
And
there was
you said, what are your qualifications, or like, how will you differentiate yourself? Funny. That's funny.
It's
how it
funny.
is.
funny.
It's part.
It's funny. It can give you a lot to work with. It's
and it also
open,
was
it's
in
fun.
relation to his prompt.
Right, he reached out.
He reached out. And then what did he say?
He said, you've got the wrong guy, then I'm not going to chase endlessly.
So dramatic.
Chase endlessly.
So
one question. She asked one
gave
question.
up.
He gave up because he tried to chase endlessly.
Can you imagine going into an interview and
Being
the first
like,
question?
I'm
No.
not going to chase endlessly.
Okay, so that was one. Then on Bumble, some guy reached out to me. Maybe 12 messages. It was so overwhelming. And I responded back with like a message. And then he sent me 12 more. And then my family was in town. So I didn't look at the app for one day.
Right.
I get back on the app and he goes, just when I thought you were different, here you are again pulling the most New York thing, so disinterested. You're just like all the other girls, blah, blah, blah. So I responded and I was like, cool. So I prioritized having my family in town and not being on this app. But
Talking to a stranger.
I totally understand. Enjoy your life. And he goes, thanks, ma'am.
What the fuck?
Oh my God. Okay. Also, if you have, those are called intrusive thoughts.
Yeah, keep them and take them to therapy.
The internet has ruined men to a different level than it has ruined
Such
women.
pussies.
I am like on one with men. Here's my text with Kale.
Kale.
This is a man I've never met, listener.
Matched on a dating app.
Matched on Hinge. Not even a spicy dating app. Hinge. Hey, how have you been? We've never met. I've been good. What's on your mind, Kale? That's me, because that's how I talk to men. Oh, you know, the usual. Football, money, and fucking you.
Wow. What a reaction.
Ew.
In the first 3 text messages.
Three texts.
What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
I said, you're not being very fuckable.
Yes.
He said, why not? And I said, all you're offering is sex. No fun, no banter, no dates, no potential, and no direct money.
I love that.
Some people would pay for this.
And he said, because some people would pay for this.
Exactly
That's
right.
2025.
Exactly right.
And then he said, well, money was never an option. And I said, well, then you're going to have to step it up in another category.
I think that's totally acceptable.
Any
Because what the fuck
reaction?
what girl is like, oh, thank God, Kale, I was waiting for you to say you would fuck me.
I'm so
at
glad
your
you're thinking
convenience."
about fucking me, a woman from the internet that you've never actually met, you've only seen pictures of. That is creepy.
Right.
Like,
You should've
take
sent him a
away
dick pic.
everything else, like
Right.
his lack of social skills or whatever this is. Take away everything else. It's threatening to be like thinking about fucking
Just thinking
you.
about fucking you. I didn't consent to that. Here's his reaction. His reaction to me saying, you're going to have to step it up in another category is he said, well, have you had any great sex lately?
What kind of response is
This
And I
man
that?
is literally
Yeah.
an
I said, yeah, last weekend came 3 times. What, you think you're offering me something with good sex? You think I can't find good sex any goddamn Tuesday of
We've
the week?
also
Fuck
discussed
off.
this. We have our really, really good vibrators now. We
Right.
don't need good sex
I
from
have
a
the
man.
wand,
got a
baby
body
boy.
pillow, a wand.
I got
you're
the
good.
wand. I got a body pillow. I got money. What the fuck do I need from you?
Entertainment, not kale.
Entertainment.
Yeah.
I need sexy vibes.
My thought is, it's not exciting for you to say you're thinking about fucking me because I'm going into every conversation already assuming that.
Right.
Right.
You're like, I know.
So so Allie makes
You're
a
not
really
offering
good
anything
point.
interesting or sexy to
That's
me.
the problem, though. Allie makes a really good point, and men don't realize this. We know the exact time we will get laid. Yeah. We know exactly when we're going to pull. They have no idea.
Do you know what it is? He's talking to me like how he wants a girl to talk to him.
Right.
You know why? Because girls don't do that. Guys would be so excited if I
Guys should
said,
be gay.
I'm thinking about fucking you. They'd be pumped.
Yes.
That's not how girls work.
Right.
Of course you're thinking about fucking me. Everyone is.
But he's not, right? Because you responded with a very straight male response and he didn't get it. He didn't like it.
He didn't like it. He didn't
He
like it
wanted
at
me
all.
to be like, oh my gosh, I would love that.
Show me daddy's big
Show me that big cock.
Yawn.
But may I just digress for a moment and say, I went out last night with I'm going to say it. I can't say he's classically handsome, okay?
Does he listen?
No.
Okay.
I can't say he's classically handsome. That being said, the date was so sexy because he treated me so well. And I, by the end of the date, was literally jumping into bed with him because it was such a sexy interaction of like treating me like a princess, like making sure I was happy and comfortable at all times, full attention on me. Like literally, that's all it takes. Mm-hmm. And I was into this guy who really isn't like traditionally attractive at all.
I went on some gab fest last night where I just couldn't stop gabbing to my boyfriend, and he did not lose eye contact with me while I talked about absolutely nothing.
Now that's hot.
I know. And I kind of felt bad after I realized, like, I was really chatty and, like, really wasn't letting him. He had just, like, walked in the door from work, and I was like, hi, like, golden retriever, and just, like, went off chit-chatting.
Some real bitch energy. I like it.
And, yeah, he nodded along. He made eye contact. He asked questions about everything I said. He was very
so
involved.
Easy. The standard's
and
so
I
low.
was ready to jump his freaking bones after that.
This episode is really dissolved into...
Okay. Well, that's all we have left today.
We went off. I think it's all because Nora started with anal and canal.
But you know what?
And
It is like shower thoughts.
It is shower thoughts. So, listener, what we tried to do was talk about things that don't make sense, I believe.
And it turned into men, which actually, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
Because men don't make sense.
Yeah, men don't make sense. Okay.
All right. Well, that's all we have for you today. Until next time, rats.
Bye, rats.
Bye. As always, thanks for listening. If you're interested in even more bad advice, scurry on over to Instagram and TikTok at Bad Advice Only NYC. We're begging you. Download and rate the show and leave us a review. Talk to you next Monday.
Stay tuned, rats.